Hey guys, welcome back to Waylon Wires Old Iron. Oh, it's cold out there, man. It's 22 degrees, going on about 16 tonight. Looks better than the Kubota. I agree, man. The old Kubota has been pretty beat up. It's had a hard life, and I've owned it most of its life. Hey, Detroit. Angry Red Banjo. I like that handle, man. Welcome. Hello, Bill. Mustang Ron. You were the first one in, weren't you? Mustang Ron, I think. Thanks, Mini Bike Mike. Scrap Whisperer. Oh, I got a story. Well, I already told you about the hubcaps, didn't I? Matt the Scrap Whisperer, not Whisker. He spoke up for those hubcaps that I showed in the last video. I think there was 4 Ford pickup hubcaps, and I forget what the others were. Were they Ford car hubcaps? I don't remember. But anyway, I told you what I did. I did a real dumb thing. Yeah, thanks, Dexter. Yeah, Brown's doing pretty good. He's feeling a lot better. You can tell when you just talk to him after he had that valve put in his heart. You can just tell in his voice that he feels better. Well, yeah, BC. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Hey, Jim. Paris, Tennessee. I've been to London. Never been to Paris. I've been to London, California. Yeah, I know, Matt. I pulled a real boner, didn't I? Yeah. I didn't have to tell you that, but I did. I copped to it. Oh, work in the paper mill. Okay. Jeffrey Hill. Yeah, here. Hard to type with this thing so high up on the table. I was supposed to say, did I get that right? Okay, there's my email address. Anybody want to send me any spam? No, if you need to get in touch for me about something, you're welcome to email me anytime. Terry. Hey, Terry, how's it going? Crap the scrap. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold, Skagit, Ed. It's about 22 right now. I mean, I topped out at about 22 today. It's getting colder rapidly as we speak. No, that wasn't it, man. I just I just goofed up. Mr. Heavy Chevy, yeah, he is proud of that hat. I'm sure. I'm proud of this hat too, because he gave it to me. Well, actually, Mrs. Heavy Chevy gave it to me, but I'm sure he approved. He sent me a sweatshirt too, big old hooded sweatshirt. It's really nice. nice and warm. It's good, good quality, heavy duty. Nice, nice shirt. NC Auto Man, how's it going, brother? Good to see you here. I don't expect there's going to be many people here. Uncle Tony's Garage is broadcasting live right now. I didn't know. Well, I don't remember him doing Sunday night lives, but he is now, and that was the night that I usually do them, if I'm going to do them, and I've been trying to do them a little more regular here lately. What do I use to keep the shop warm? I use that electric heater right up there on the wall. I guess it's behind the lift. See that heater up there, that little tiny electric heater? Does a great job, man. It's just a little feller, but yeah, it heats it up just fine in here. I don't like it too hot in here anyway. About the time Mr. Heavy Chevy's turning the heat on, I'm opening the doors. Coke and moonshine. No, none of that for me. Neither one. I don't care for either one of them. Probably didn't matter. Yeah, you know, she probably just took it on herself and made an executive decision. Who knows? Well, you mean now he never was. If you're talking about Springfield, Missouri, he never did work around Missouri. He either worked in he either cut logs in Arkansas, or he worked in a chicken house in Texas, and he worked in the orchards here in Washington State, and that's how I met him. But he never did work in around Springfield. Yeah, Jaws. I'm going to show everybody that here in a little bit. I want to show people what I got done last night. I got a video I'm working on right now that shows the whole process, but it turned out really good. I'm really happy. I'm sitting here looking at it right now, and I'm going to show everybody. Dizzy's Garage. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is, Matt. I watch him sometimes. Yeah, Terry, I'm not. I use that little electric heater, and you know we have real cheap electricity here. I live about. What do I live about? Maybe 10 miles from a hydro dam on the Columbia River, and we got cheap power here. I mean, it's right in our backyard. Real cheap. You know, Brown was saying it's going to cost him about $300 a month for heat this winter. And the same thing here would be about $30 a month or $50 a month. You know what, Matt, I misread that. I thought you said Dizzy's Garage. Grizz's Garage. I'll check that out. So yeah, my electric heater works great. You know, I like wood heat, especially in a shop. It's just the ambiance, you know. I mean, wood heat's just a great thing, but man, I cut enough wood when I was a kid. I just don't want to do it anymore. Besides, I don't have much wood to cut around here, and I'm not going to buy it. '40s to early '50s Diamond T pickup. Yeah, I did a video. If you look on my channel, there's a video on a Diamond T. And what year is it? I think it might be a 47. I don't know. I like those Diamond T's. They come from the factory with, they look like a chopped top. They look like the top is already chopped, but they're not. That's just how they're built. But they're a cool looking truck. But I mean, I don't know where there's any for sale. Thank you, Jaws. Yeah, it turned out real good. I'm going to show everybody here. What we got in here? 88 people. What if we'll get 100 people? Hey, if anybody wouldn't mind, hit that like button. That helps me out a little bit. Well, thanks, Bruce. So are you, man. Double speed. All right. Whatever blows your dress up, man. What got me interested in hot rods? Man, I've been a car guy my whole life. When I was, I don't know, 9, 10 years old, I ran across an old, in this junk pile, I'm sure, an old washing machine motor. Because we didn't have electricity when I was a kid. So my mom had a washing machine that had a gas engine on it. And I remember her rolling that thing. Well, she kept that on the back porch, and there was a little exhaust tube about an inch around or maybe less, and it was flexible tubing, but it was real long, 12 feet long. And she'd run that out her screen door off the back porch and fire up that washing machine. And I found an old motor in a scrap pile when I was about, like I said, 9 or 10 years old. And I started tinkering with that thing, and I was trying to get it to run. Oh man, I was having so much fun. So I was already bit by the bug right there from the time I was just little guy. But you know, when that thing popped off, oh, what a thrill! I've been chasing that thrill ever since. Boy, that's just a feeling like nothing else, especially when you're a little kid. But I still get that feeling first time one pops off. You know, after a rebuild or whatever, it just always puts a smile on my face. But somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody helped me with that motor to get it running, because it had a updraft carburetor on it, or I don't know if that's what you call it, siphon. Anyway, it siphoned gas out of the gas tank, was lower than the carburetor. Well, now they put the gas tank up on top and it just runs in, and that makes sense. But this thing had a gas tank mounted on the base, and then it had a little itsy bitsy little copper line. And boy, if you had any kind of air leak, you know, it wouldn't run. And somebody helped me get that sealed up so it would suck gasoline, and the rest is history. Yeah, that 47 Diamond T, the one around here that my friend had, he fixed it all up, and then he sold it because he's afraid to drive it. He's afraid he'd get a scratch on it, you know, and he had painted up real pretty, and all the chrome on it, and a small block 400 in it, and you know, and then, you know, he couldn't enjoy it. So I'd rather have something like this right here. It's all rusty, and if somebody bangs into it, you know, if somebody slams a shopping cart into it at Walmart, it ain't no big deal, you know. But he was scared to death somebody put a scratch on that pickup or that truck, and he finally sold it. So, but he likes paint. He likes shiny things, and that's all right. That's just another direction to go. And there's so many ways you can go in this hobby, and that's fine. It's just not my thing. I'd rather just drive the daylights out of them and not worry about a scratch here and there. Yes, that's right, Joe. Yeah, they are northern. What does that say? Trail dog. Yeah, man, if you get a chance to snag that Diamond T, boy, I'd be on that like a monkey on a cupcake, man. That'd be a good deal. They're a cool looking truck. They really are. What do you think of new cars and trucks? They're really out of sight. Yeah, I don't think they're worth it. Um, you know, I think everybody should own one. I had a new truck one time. 1995, I bought a brand new truck. That's the first new vehicle I had ever owned. And, you know, it depreciated $10,000 the day I drove it home, or the first one, as soon as I drove it off the lot. And I'm not a smart man, but I figured out I'm never going to do that again. And it was nice, you know. It was a Dodge V10, and that's when that V10 first came out. And I loaded it up with every option you could buy, and I had it for quite a while, and then I traded it in on a 98. That was a 95. I traded it in on a 98, and then 98 just sit here because I wouldn't. It was black, and I wouldn't take it out in the orchard, and you know, I was kind of the same way, afraid to get a scratch on it. So I sold it because I couldn't enjoy it. Flint, Michigan. Yeah, you're right about the time. It's 3 hours later. A rolling computer. You know, I never heard it put that way, but that's that's about the size of it. And my Dodge pickup is a rolling computer, and you know, as far as pickups go, it's a pretty nice truck. It's not new by any means, but it's my newest vehicle, and it's parked outside while all my old scrappy old rusty junk is parked under a shed. It don't make any sense at all. But to those of you who it makes sense, you're my kind of people. 109 people here. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you something. I want to show you what I did last night, and I've got a video. I got a video coming out. If I can get it edited tonight, we're going to let me get this tea jug set out of the way somewhere. We're going to turn y'all around, and I'm going to show you. This is what I've had in mind all along. I've had this in my think. I could picture it in my think. And what I did last night, I worked on my seats for this truck a little bit. And I have these World War II military seats that like they would have been in like a big Army 6x6 and they were in some smaller rigs too, but especially with an open top. A lot of the vehicles, the trucks, military trucks had an open top. And these seats, that's what they came out of. And this 6x6 got caught on fire down by Trinidad Hill. Desert Rat, he'll know where that's at. And not Palisades, but Trinidad. Anyway, about the only thing you could salvage was the seats. It was pretty bad. And here they are. You can see this seat right here. This is how they come. I mean, they would have had a canvas. That's what these buttons are. Would have had a canvas that snapped around there and a little bit of padding in the seat, maybe, and one over the back as well. But that's what these snaps are. But the thing is, you couldn't crawl in over this side, getting into my dirty dozen here. So I wanted to lower this down, but I wanted to keep this contour. This is a beautiful shape right here. I just love this curve. And I wanted to keep that. So I did. And this is what I did. You can see where I cut this off here. And I took about 4 inches off the bottom and lowered this down, but I got to keep my nice little curve here. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. So what I did, I lowered that down, and this is a rolled edge here, but it just happens to be about 3/8, something like I don't know, 1/4 inch maybe. Anyway, what I did was I put a piece of round stock in here to finish it out. And I got to take a little off of this with the grinder, and because that's a little bit of sharp curve here, and I want it to be smooth like this curve over here, and it will be. But I thought it turned out really good. And now you can get in and out. My padded seat comes up. Well, it's 4 inches, and this is about 6. Now I may lower this down a couple more inches, but I was just had to get someplace to start. So this is what I did last night. I got a video coming out about how I did all this, but I cut this down through here and then took some off the bottom and then put this back in, and I got to save my nice little curve. And then on the passenger side, this is getting in on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, I'll do the other seat the same way on the other side. And so I kind of like it. I hope you guys like it. I thought it turned out pretty decent. Just my humble opinion. Now I didn't get to see what anybody said. Safe travels. Cat loader. No, it's out of I'm in the video. I'm posting the military rig that had a cat. I don't know about maybe a cat. Well, I lost the comment. Cat. What did it say? A cat. Let me catch that. Comment says looks like a seat out of a cat loader. I don't know about that, but it is a military seat because I know what this came out of. It came out of a World War II Army 6x6 is what they came out of. And they may look like something else, and they may have been used in other things, but that's what these came out of. Yeah, well, I don't I don't expect I'll be doing that kind of high speed cornering, but I'll lock the door so I don't fall out. Yeah, they are. They are very comfortable. You know what I've got is where's my stuff at? What I have is this 4-inch thick foam, and when you sit in there, it's just right. I mean, it gives you a nice cushion. It's thick enough for a nice cushion, but yet it's not so thick that it's hard to climb in there because there's not a lot of room under the seat, between the seat and the steering wheel. But I got plenty of leg room, lots of that. But this is going to be trimmed. It has to be trimmed off. Oh, about 3 inches has to come off, and then the corner's kind of around it, and then it fits in there real well. And I'm looking at some upholstery because what I'm going to do is the interior, the seat cushions, I'm going to have them covered. I got an upholstery guy. I finally found a guy that does a good job for a decent price, and he's going to do these seats for me. And I'm going to use a plaid, just like this. These valve covers are plaid, and I'm going to match that as near as I can. Now you can get some of this on the internet. You type in GMC V6 plaid, and this will come up, this pattern, and you can get it in real small pieces, but you can't get it in fabric. You can get it in a product that's I'll tell you about that in a minute, but it's different, but it's this exact pattern, but I haven't been able to find any fabric that is exactly like it. But I can get pretty close enough that I'll do the door panels and the seats, and then I will put on the seats. I'll have the guy upholster it in the plaid, red plaid, and then do a yellow piping around the edge. And I think that's going to look. Pretty way far out. Yeah. Oh, Gordon, he's in God's country. Do you know what state are you in? I don't know why people think that I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Man, I show the mountains around here and it don't look nothing like Michigan. I don't know why people would ever think that. It's just there's no comparison whatsoever. But I had a couple people. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was you that said that back in a video. Back when I was traveling. Oh, when I got home from my trip, I took my Impala up in the mountains here and did a drive through the mountains. And you can see mountains in the background and snow-covered peaks and all that stuff. And some guy says, "Well, I see you're in Michigan." And no, how could you think that? I don't know, but I don't know how did you think that, Gordon? How did you come up with that? Because that don't make any sense. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking at Jeff. Usually Jeff. usually Jeff. Hey, Mark, you got the hillbilly part right, but you can't spell Waylon. You need to go back and ask your teacher how to spell Waylon. Spell it like Waylon Jennings. Yeah, Jeff Bradshaw. He's usually here raising Cain by now. Thank you, Daniel. I think that's going to look pretty good. I want to pull that yellow. See that those valve covers, that plaid's got that yellow in it, and I want to pull that yellow out for the piping, and I think that's going to look pretty sharp. And I will do the door panels the same way. Yes, Ken Uber Brown is doing better, much better since I was talking about that earlier in this particular video, this live chat that he sounds better. You can hear it in his voice that he's just feeling better, and he's not so down in the dumps. And plus, his financial situation, thanks to you guys, has improved greatly. And of course, that kind of lifts his spirits a little bit too. But he was talking about, I kept saying, maybe I hope he has a good Thanksgiving. And I kept saying, I just picture him going to the grocery store and just buying anything he wants because, man, it was tight, and he's having to go to the food bank and there ain't much there and just barely scratching by. And I just wanted him to be able to go buy groceries, Well, he said, no, it's way more than that. He said, this is going to get me through the winter. And so his heating bills all paid for the winter, and gas and food, and and he is grateful to you guys and just humbled by the whole thing, the whole deal. He couldn't believe what came in, and I couldn't either. But it was good, man. I mean, there was several people actually that hit him with a couple $100, but mostly it was $20 bills, and that was so much fun. He said he went to the mailbox one day and it was just stuffed full of envelopes with $20 bills in it, and it just made his day, and because it just that's stressful. Try to live on $700 a month, and electricity's $300 out of that. Heat, stressful, and so yeah, he's doing a lot better thanks to you guys. Oh, thanks, Shane. I'm hoping the seats will look good. I think so. And I'll do some door cards the same way, some door panels. I'm not going to go overboard with the interior and the upholstery and all that. And I'm going to put floors in it, but I don't think I'll even cover that transmission. I'm not even going to build a transmission tunnel. I just love that old Road Ranger 10-speed hanging out there, because I'm not going to be driving this thing on the freeway anyway. I just want to put enough floor in it to keep the rocks from flying up and hitting me off the highway. Should I run over a rock or whatever? Yeah, Terry, it is good to hear. And thank you guys so much for all of you who donated to the cause. It just made his day. Well, thanks, Mark. I appreciate you watching my videos, man. I couldn't do this if it wasn't for you and everybody like you. One of a kind, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of a kind, that's for sure. Bid on that hat. Oh, boy. For a date with Bernice. yeah, I could do a raffle and sell dates, chance to date Bernice. As far as having a auction for the hat, I don't know how legal that would be. YouTube is probably throw a fit about it, I don't know. Never know. Yeah, I don't know, Tim. I don't know about that. Just a friend of mine, and we talk sometimes on the phone behind the scenes, and he's always been real nice to me. He doesn't seem like a guy that has a motive, He's just doing what he does. From where? Aiken, South Carolina. I went to South Carolina. I went to Myrtle Beach, and I went to Greer and a few other places. Where'd I go? Outside of Charlotte, I think. Yeah, I went to Charlotte to see my granddaughter. Yeah, I know, Tim, but boy, I did very little, you guys really came through, and it's much appreciated. Oh, yeah. Well, yellow pinstriping wouldn't. Daniel Screw says some subtle yellow pinstriping would accent the interior and the wheels. I don't think yellow pinstriping show up very good on the wheels. But the interior has a special kind of finish that they did back in the 30s that I don't want to paint over, and it's kind of a crinkle finish that was it's original to the way they did things then, and I'd kind of like to keep that. Wow, Captain Tom. Wow, that's all I can say, man. That's awesome. I just said the exact same thing that Matt the Scrap Whisperer said. Yeah, you can watch the replay, or you can watch the video that I'm going to post here. Well, it's late enough now. It's 7 o'clock. It'll take me to midnight probably to get it edited, so it may not go up tonight. It may be tomorrow morning. Oh, dang. Oh, Captain Tom. Oh, man. That hurts my heart, buddy. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I'm aware of where Nebraska is. I know where Nebraska is. Oh, but that's funny. The reason I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at you. He says Mark says I'm from Nebraska near Missouri and Iowa. I go, yeah, I know where Nebraska is. But the reason that's funny to me is because when I was working in California, I met a lot of people who lived in California that had no idea where Oregon is. And that just blows me away. They don't teach geography in school. Either they don't teach geography anymore or they dropped out at an early age. Because, had no idea where Oregon is. And if you say you're from Washington, they ask you if you've ever seen the president. Yeah, Joe, the seat, you're right, guys. Joe says the seat is on Instagram, and you can take a look at it there. It's just Waylon Wire at Instagram, Waylon_Wire at Instagram. Let me put it in here. Yeah, that ought to do it. Yep. Hey, Wayne, I was talking about you and in Dan and Danny's live chat last night. Good to see you here, Wayne. How's your weather? Hey, Rusty. Yeah, Chevaholic. Yeah, Wisconsin next to Illinois. Yeah, yep. And kind of close to North Dakota too, aren't you? Or Minnesota? Are you close to Minnesota? Anywhere around there? Oklahoma, I think. And you're welcome, Nick. Glad you're here. It's 22 degrees right now, Wayne, but it's going to get down to about 16 tonight, I think. I missed some of the comments. Yeah, it is, Matt. He had a perfectly good running car and he tore it all to pieces. And if anybody don't get that, then you subscribe to the wrong channel. I get it. I understand. I get behind it, man. I endorse it. Snow blowing my roof. Hey, you know what? I fired up that snowblower last night. I thought I was going to have to tinker with it, and I kept kind of dreading it because I don't like them little carburetors, small engines. I don't mess with them much. And I was kind of dreading that. I go, man, I got to go tinker with that snowblower and get it all tuned up and get it ready to go. But I was going to do that. Well, last night I came out here and I was going to work on the Dirty Dozen, but I thought, nah, I gotta get that snowblower going. So I put some fresh gas in it, and I pumped the primer, and I turned the switch on and gave it a yank, and it popped right off, and it starts easy. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it up on the roof and see how it works. I like the UP, Matt. I'm talking to Chevaholic. But I like Wisconsin, boy, especially after this last trip. I never had slowed down long enough to smell the roses or the foo-foo or go on a cruise and see the fall colors and the architecture. Where Chevaholic lives, there's just so much neat buildings and architectures. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite stops. I'm trying to figure out. I go to Canada. They don't even know what he rasks is. They never heard. I'm not making sense of that comment. Anyway, yeah, I hope so too, Jeff. That'd be nice if I could avoid that. Oh, I bet Skagit had. I bet it did. Yeah, I bet that's a heavy one, Shop Cat. Bringing in wood. Yeah. I feel for you, man. That's why I don't have wood heat here at the shop. I got that little electric furnace up there, and it does just fine. And I don't have to cut wood. I was 12 years old before I found out my name wasn't Get Wood. Oh, Angry Red Banjo. You're from L.A. He's from L.A., guys. He's from Lower Alabama. Need a second mortgage for a dozen eggs. That's about right. To maintain, oh, yeah, that may be true. But I don't know. I guess I just know more about the chainsaws. Hello, Joshua. Come and say hi, buddy. He hears me talking. He thinks I'm talking to him. That's all right. When I hear him talking, I think he's talking to me. So I guess it all works out. Yeah, I know. That limb got me, boy. You can tell that was real. That was not a show. That was the real deal. I've got another video too. Cutting a tree and fell out of a tree here and messed up my shoulder. And Victor was here, and anyway, I got that video. I still got all the footage, but I haven't posted the video yet. I need to post that on a different channel, not on this one. But I thought about starting a channel called Waylon Wire's Old Home Place, but I don't think anybody'd watch it. All the stuff that goes on around here, it doesn't get put in these videos because I can't work on rat rods all the time, but I do the best I can. I've been taking up slack for our peak. He don't plow snow anymore, so I'm kind of taking up slack and I'm plowing snow. But I don't post a video of it every 10 minutes like he used to. I used to give him a hard time. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Can you graft to any tree? Well, it depends on what you want to graft. You can graft any apple to any apple tree, and you can graft any pear to any pear tree, and you can graft any cherry to any cherry tree, but you can't graft a cherry to an apple tree. Does that answer your question? That clears it all up, don't it? If you video it, they will watch it. Yeah, yeah, Shane, a couple people will, but I don't know. I got another channel. I got one called All About Grafting. And it's a pretty good channel. I got a lot of content on there, and you can learn a whole lot about grafting if you wish to. But it's not. I never did get enough subscribers to monetize it. But I never did this for the money anyway, obviously, because I don't make much on the videos. I'm not like them big timers, like ODD and those guys. They're big time, man. Hello, Darren. Welcome. Okay, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, head over to, he's interested in grafting. Head over to a channel called All About Grafting. And there's a lot of videos with a lot of good information. I have some guys, you really can learn from the videos because you get the visual, you can see what's going on. I have guys call me up on the phone and they want to pick my brain, and they want to talk for an hour and for nothing. And they want me to teach them everything that it's taken me 40 years to learn, and they want me to teach them over the phone in an hour, and it just doesn't work that way. Hey, B, from East Texas. Well, B, we get a lot more snow here than they ever do in Tacoma. But yeah, there's not a whole lot yet. We got about 8 inches the other night, and it wasn't enough. I had to plow the road, but I haven't had to shovel the roof. So tomorrow I might get that. Well, I don't know. It's so stinking cold. If it'd warm up a little bit, I'd put that snowblower up on the roof, and I might do that tomorrow just to kind of test it out, see if it's going to work or not. It may be too slick. It may not like those that corrugated roofing. I don't know. But I might play around with it. Well, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I don't. I know some guys that they claim to be hot rod builders, but I don't mean here on YouTube, but just in my life, I know these guys that they just get in a check writing contest, and that ain't hot rodding to me. I was in. I'm kind of ornery that way. I don't know. I shouldn't say anything. I was in line with a guy over there, my little rockabilly rat. When I was building that thing, it never crossed my mind anything about a trophy or going to a car show. I was just doing what I love to do. And I took that thing to a car show over on the other side of the mountains, and it got a trophy, and I was in line to go get my trophy, and it just blew me away. A guy come by and put a sticker on my headlight, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, you won your class. You won a trophy." And I go, "No way." It just blew me away. But I was in line with a guy in front of me had paid some guy to build his car, and then he's up there getting a trophy. I don't get that. I don't understand that. How can you do that? How can you go up there and accept a trophy for something you didn't even touch? Like I said, I'm kind of ornery that way. I'm sure he's a nice guy and all that, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't live with myself. Bernice would never forgive me. Joshua probably wouldn't either. Well, thanks, Tim. I hope you go check out the channel, and I hope you like it and learn some things there. It's there's a lot of videos. It's pretty informative. And I've showed a lot of techniques and how to graft and talked about compatibility and what you can do and can't do. But mostly about technique and the type of knives we use and why I use these chainsaws that I do and on and on. There's a lot of information. Well, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate the sub. No, I don't know. Victor doesn't have any pictures of rat rods that I know about. Yeah, that's right, Skagit. He bought the trophy. Well put. I never thought of that, but that's what he did. And you don't have to buy them; they'll give them to you. They're free, But boy, he paid a lot of money for his. Oh, I'm trying to read what Matt says. I helped my 87-year-old pal finish up his 71 Chevy short box rat rod. He spent his previous life submerged for a while. Wow. I wish you had video of all that. I'd like to see that, where it came from and where it's going. Yeah, that's part of it, Tim, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't pay somebody to build me a hot rod. That just goes against the grain, man. Why? I don't know. What's the point in that? I don't know how you can feel good about it. I don't know how you can feel good about getting a trophy for something that you paid somebody else to build. But that's just me. Takes all kinds. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I couldn't do it. Well, thank you, Jerry Murphy. I appreciate that very much. And I don't know who the young man is, but I appreciate you watching my channel. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've gotten to meet so many nice people and coming in here and chatting with you guys, on Sunday night. It's just like having a whole bunch of friends show up, and sit around and shop and visit. Good stuff. Guys, we've been 58 minutes here. And I don't, some of you just got here and I'd like to visit with you and visit with you longer because people keep showing up and you haven't been here very long. And I'd like to visit with you all, but I don't want to wear out my welcome either. I don't want to stay on here for 2 or 3 hours and, gotta shut it off at some point. But I wanted to show everybody my seats and what I got done last night. And, yeah, I was Sleeper Dude. Yep. Yeah, that's good, Jeff. I watch him. Yeah, that's right, Tim. Participation trophy. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that. Oh, you guys are killing me. I guess that's it. Yeah. I don't know about my own mistakes, the mistakes other folks made. Oh, yeah. I'm going to show you everybody my seats one more time, and then I'm going to sign off here. But for the guys that come in here late, I'll show you what I built. I built a driver's seat for for the Dirty Dozen last night, and here's the seat. These are out of An old World War II military 6x6. And I was saying earlier, I was telling the folks that I love this contour here, this shape. Man, isn't that beautiful? It's just a wonderful, wonderful shape. And I wanted to keep that, but you can't climb over in this to get in the car. In the open cab Army vehicle, you can, but in my Dirty Dozen, you can't. This has got to be lower so you can get over in it. So what I did was I kept this shape and I split it down through here. And then I took 4 inches off the bottom here and lowered this all down, but I kept my nice little shape. And then I put a piece of, the distance that I lowered it down is from there to there. And I put a piece of round stock in there to mimic the shape of this rollover edge here. And it's just the same size as that round stock. It worked out real good. Now I'm going to go ahead and weld this up here. And then so you won't be able to see that it's not part of the original piece. And I've just got it tacked in there now. But anyway, that's my driver's side seat. Y'all can see that compared to the other one. So that's that's one seat done. And now I got to wire brush this other one. And it takes hours and hours, the work that goes into this stuff. The work that goes into it that nobody sees, I spent hours wire brushing the rust off of that. And then nobody will ever see that. But I'm paying my dues, man. I'm putting in my time, and we've been here for an hour and 1 minute, and I probably should cut out of here. Okay, Wayne, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Yeah. Okay, Matt. Yeah, I'll be doing the installation before too long, but I got to finish up that other seat. And before I do that, I got to go in and edit a video. I got a video started about how I built all these seats or built this seat and what I did and how I did it and all that. So that's coming up. I don't know if I'll get it edited tonight because it's already 7:30 and it'll take me till about midnight to get it edited. And then it takes a long time for it it doesn't take that long to load, but it takes a long time for YouTube to process it and get it into HD. So, thanks, Tim. Thanks for coming by. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Skagit. I appreciate you doing that. Shane, good night. Snoop, good to see you. You must have snuck in. You must come in the side door. I didn't see you come in. You must have snuck in. Anyway, thanks, Tim. And we'll see y'all later. And I sure do appreciate you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next Sunday.